Hey guys, if you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that help is available. Call now at 833-999-1877 or click the Info Addiction help link on the top right corner of this video. Addiction specialists are available to offer support 24/7. Hey, welcome to the Hell Has an Exit podcast. I'm your host, Bryan Alzate. This show is not affiliated with any specific 12-step program. If you or a loved one is struggling with an addiction, please find a local 12-step meeting. If you believe you may need detox or drug treatment of any kind, please call 888-699-9395 to speak to a specialist. The show is sponsored by United Recovery Project, a state-of-the-art drug and alcohol rehab facility. You can visit our website at unitedrecoveryproject.com. Hey, welcome to Hell Has an Exit. I'm your host, Bryan Alzate, and today I have a special guest on the show, Mark. What's up, Mark?
Hey, what's up, Bryan?
Hey, so tell me what Hell Has an Exit means to you.
Basically, a way out of the sanity. You know, this is always going to be the exit. Pretty much is going to be a way out.
Where are you from?
All right, so originally I am born and raised in Broward County.
So you're from here?
Yeah, I'm a native.
How old
here.
are you?
I'm 30.
Wow, so we're like the same age. I'm 32.
Okay,
What
yeah.
part of Broward?
So I grew up in Oakland Park for a little bit, up until 5th grade, and then my parents, the family, moved to North Lauderdale.
Okay.
And then
Where'd you go to school?
So I went to Oakland Park Elementary, went to North Lauderdale Elementary, Silver Lakes Middle, then Coconut Creek, and then Dave Thomas.
My best friend, Carl, told me about you that everyone always asked to get him on the show, but he was like, bro, you got to meet this kid, Mark. He flew down to Florida because he listens to the podcast. And I was like, all right, cool. And then it's crazy to see you on the show now, and you've been able to stick around.
It's crazy to be on the show because I could remember being in Nebraska where I first caught wind of the show and listening to it while I'm working, and then having it completely change my, thought on, recovery as a whole, and then I was actually kind of excited to come back down.
How'd you find the podcast?
Yeah, I was on Facebook, just scrolling through, just popped up, I guess, because the algorithm or whatever. But it popped up, and then I don't know the guy's name exactly, but it's the actor from Bronx Story.
The Bronx Tale. Yeah.
Bronx Tale. And I took a listen to that, and then I just started going back and listening to all the old stuff, and I was like, damn, man, this shit hits, bro. Yeah, and then I just played it. I would play it at work and listen to it while I'm working. Yeah.
All right, so let's get into your stories. So you're from Broward.
Yeah, I'm from Broward, born and raised. I come from a family of 5, have both parents growing up. It was I would say it's a normal childhood, even though it's things that are kind of uncommon, being that my parents, they both come from Haiti. So growing up in that household, me and my siblings, I'm the oldest of 3 children. And growing up, we were raised with I would say Haitian morals. My parents are still in Haiti, kind of. So.
You guys are super proper, right?
Yeah, super proper, super strict. Yeah. That's the thing, super strict. I can remember not being able to.
Christian?
Yeah, Christian.
Very,
my
very
dad,
religious?
Super religious, man. My dad's a pastor.
Wow.
Yeah, my mom's in the choir. Yeah, man, super religious. I mean, he's a phlebotomist too, but he does. But yeah, man, super religious, super strict. Couldn't have friends over. Couldn't go outside to play. No cable, no internet.
Wow. Up until how old?
Say 16, 17 till
no cable and no internet?
Yeah, until I got it,
By choice? You guys just couldn't afford it. You just didn't want.
I don't think they wanted to spend the money on it.
Wow.
Yeah, because they're very. Yeah.
Wow, you didn't have cable or internet until you were 16.
Yeah.
Would you get it other places at your friend's house?
Yeah, exactly. I would have to sneak.
What? Because your parents were so it wasn't only we can't afford it. It's you shouldn't be on it.
It's not that, man. It's just that it's a luxury that they don't really think. They didn't really Dean.
But why would you have to sneak it from who?
No, I would say like I would have to sneak to go to my friend's house, you know, or, you know, up until I essentially jumped off the porch, man, you know, and then I just used to have to like say I was staying after school for, you know, activity, you know, after school program, but then I'll go over to my friend's house to play GameCube or some shit. But yeah, man, it was super strict, bro. And then,
Wow.
yeah.
And then what happened?
Around 9th grade, 10th grade, I don't know, I started becoming like self-conscious. Like more self-conscious. I mean, because I always grew up with like the kids that, you know, wore Nikes and Jordans and shit like that. And as you would imagine with my parents, they was not buying that shit, you know? Like all they did was keep a roof over our head and give us food. And that was, you know, the bare necessities. Anything else was just a luxury, you know? And I don't know, I just became conscious, man, and just decided to fucking, hey, man, I'm going to just be a badass, man. Just jump off the porch. Like literally just went outside one day and started hanging out with my friends, you know, from high school. Parents would bitch, and I just didn't give a shit. Something in me snapped. I don't know what it was, but I guess it was just like, started smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah, I found a pack of cigarettes actually on the floor, and I just opened it up, lit it, and held it, you know, like not even knowing. That was my first.
How are you hiding it from your parents? Because I would imagine that they're like pretty on top of everything.
So I would, at this time, me and my dad had gotten into a like altercation at my cousin's house. And then that was like kind of when like he was like, all right, fuck it. Like you're you know? And then I'm like, yeah, you know, I'm fucking
like
good. Yeah. You know, it's just really, I didn't really have to hide like coming home or, you know, at that point anymore, you know, because I was already, at that point, I'm off the porch, man. I'm out here now. I'm thugging it now. I'm with my goons, you know. What
does that mean?
Well, I mean, you know, it's just really just a bunch of us just doing dumb shit, man. Really, like when I got clean, I used to think that we were like, when I think back on my friends, I used to think we were like a fucking, you know, like a whole operation, like we were gangsters out. And then now I'm thinking, I'm like, bro, we was just fucking drug addicts, dog. You know, just getting high, bro. You know.
What were you guys doing? Like, how did it progress? You know what I mean? Like, what was the progression like?
Okay, so my story is kind of weird because I went through a bunch of identity changes. Like, so when I first hopped off the porch, I was around the street culture, you know, like I was out here with the drug dealers, people that was breaking into houses, shit like that. So that's what I was doing essentially. I would hang out with those guys and we were breaking the houses, bro, and just doing dumb shit. I mean, by this time I'm smoking weed, you know, and everything like that. But when I got arrested and was facing like, not a home invasion, but an armed burglary.
Armed burglary.
Yeah, I was facing an armed burglary at 17 years old, and they're telling me like, hey man, you know, this is punishable by life. And like when I went into the jack, and then I was like, get out of here. You know, and everyone's like, no, bro, it's fucking serious, man. It's not like anything else you were doing. This is punishable by life. And I'm like, well, yeah, right. And then like it settled in like, shit. You know, I could get direct filed, you know, as a kid. And then it's like, damn, bro, I gotta stop doing this. You know.
What was your family saying and doing at this time?
Oh man, they were upset, man. They were upset, but they stood by me, you know. But my mom was.
You have siblings?
Yeah.
Are they totally straight edge?
Nah, not my brother, but my sister is. My sister's she's not straight edge. She can handle her, you know.
Yeah, but she's just not in trouble.
Right, exactly. Neither my brother though, but he has his own thing going on, you know. So yeah, man, at that time when I did the whole juvie thing and I got out, or when I was in there, I made a promise to God, like, bro, if you just get me out of this, bro, I'll never do this shit again, man. Like, please. I did, you know. I got off just for probation for like 6 months. And then at that point, I'm just like, hey, okay, bro, no more hanging out with street, you know, motherfuckers no more. And let me just keep my life on a straight and narrow. Let me just go back to school and, you know, get my diploma, go to college and do that. So that's what I did. So at 17, 18, that's where I graduated from Dave Thomas because they wouldn't let me back into Coconut Creek High. So I went to Dave Thomas, graduated from there, and then life was pretty good, you know. Like I was around 18, 19, so I was just really just smoking weed and just beginning to drink around that time. But it was really just like smoking weed is like my love, man, you know, because I would
Yeah, a
say,
lot of people who like are trying to get clean, I always try to tell them like, you got to get off everything. And a lot of people are like, dude, like not smoking weed is like impossible to them. They just don't even see how anybody would want to be off weed, and they don't see it as a problem. It's like sometimes getting off weed is harder off getting in heroin, because like heroin is like so obvious like that it's ruining your life, but like things like marijuana and like alcohol is like, especially marijuana, but marijuana is like, a lot of people are like, not my weed. You ain't taking my
yeah,
weed, you know?
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing too. Like I know better now, but yeah, man, it just kind of progressed from there because I was in that party culture. I started using at 16, but up until 19 is where it really kicked off, because now I'm going to house parties, man. Now I'm going to college parties. Now I'm doing all this shit, hanging with my boys. We're sliding out to different, we're like hitting the whole Broward County essentially, just searching for a party, man, And yeah, weed was the first love. But then when I started drinking, what happened was it made me feel I could be outside of myself, like for real, for real. It wasn't like weed. Weed was just like, whatever. But like drinking, it was like I could be this guy, I could be who I wanted to be, and it was off, and as as like with the drinking culture, it's just like, especially in South Florida, it's like, you gotta like fucking chug and, all that. So I just thought that was normal to drink like that, bro. Like to kill like a whole 12 pack. I thought that shit was normal, bro, and I carried that pattern with me. It led to places that I never thought, like I always judged people for,
You have addiction in your family or anything like that? No?
Nah. No one admits it, you know?
Yeah, and I just say that because a lot of times, I'm talking to someone today and their daughter is struggling with drugs. And they're like, I'm a bad parent, I tried so hard to give her love. And like, I really have to explain to people like, all right, like, first off, it's not your fault. Like, addiction is a disease. It don't matter if you're from a good household or a bad household. Some people have horrible childhoods and they don't become addicts. Some people have great childhoods and they become addicts. And really, it's like, bro, after 16, it's like, bro, you're making your own decisions. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like after like 16, 17, 18, it's like, it's really up to you to be a victim or to change your life and what you make of it,
Yeah, no, I can feel that. But I just think like, just from my scenario, I get distracted easy. And then my drug use was just a very long distraction. It paused everything in my life. And all my attention went straight to me finding the next one, finding another one, finding the next thing. It's the way they say in the rooms, I was always searching for the next thing outside of myself. And I didn't know, like, I just thought it was just like, with drugs, like, okay, obviously drugs are bad. I come to find out, like, it's just a symptom of my disease. Like, I was using it other ways way before I picked up a drug, like pornography, women, even like in fantasy, like, I would read a book to try to just pass time, escape my reality, man, because it was so, to me, it was really, I felt miserable, I felt like a prisoner,
So what happens later on in your story? How do things like spiral out of control?
It starts to get extremely unmanageable around the time where like there was this whole Molly phase. And everything I had going just went down the drain. Like I dropped out of college.
Yeah, when Molly first came on the scene, like I was already clean.
Yeah.
But it's like everybody was doing Molly. And people would explain it to me and it just sounded like MDMA. And people were like, no, it's different. Because I didn't really feel like I had missed out on Molly because like I had done ecstasy like at such a young age. And like I was already like addicted to crack. So I never really was like felt like that. But like there was a period of time where I was clean and like people who weren't even drug addicts were like doing Molly in the club. People who don't even do drugs were like, Molly was so acceptable for like such a long time. I think it probably still is. What does Molly feel like?
Man, euphoria, pure love. Man, I think I hugged a tree, man. It was so good, in the beginning. It was very good in the beginning. And somewhere down the line, I don't know if it was my serotonin depleting or what.
That's exactly what it is.
Bro, it was miserable. Like I'll get that euphoric effect for like a couple hours or so.
And then crash.
Boom, the worst thing ever. And I would have to drink on the come down, so it's not as bad. And that's where that, you know, kind of really wrapped itself. At this point, I'm not even touching weed anymore. Like, you know, I'm not even touching weed anymore. I was, at this time, how I got into the Molly scene was me and my boys that I first used with in high school. We were producing music, like making beats and stuff.
You freestyle? Kick a few bars.
Oh my gosh. I got a funny story about that though. But yeah, no. So we were producing music, and we were on the scene or whatever, and then we would throw parties at his house and like charge people to get in and shit like that, you know. And then that's where it really like picked up, because now it wasn't about the music anymore. It just became about the party and using Molly and drinking and having the girls over, you know, and shit like that, and being known in the area, like, oh, we could always go to so-and-so's house and it'll always be popping. Music went out the window, straight Molly party every fucking day, literally every day. Like, doesn't matter what day it was a literal house party every day, you know? And then that just grew a habit. I'll say after about like 4 or 5 months, man, like I stopped using Molly. Like we all decided we would always stop together. Yeah. You know, we'd be like, yo, man.
It's getting out of control.
Yeah. You know, but by this time, bro, it's like I already seen the shit. I already noticed, like, hey, bro, that's kind of off, man. Like, you're stealing from your parents. Like, I would steal, like, my parents fucking, they had like this big jug of change. Yeah, bro. Like,
I did that too.
Fat jug of change. And I was like,
would you take the whole thing?
Yeah. Took the whole thing, bro, to fucking Publix and just like dumped it.
I think every drug addict does that. Dude, I remember when I did it, like, I was like, how am I going to steal this without her knowing? So I called her. I'm like, hey, Mom, are you home? I need $20 for the movies. She was like, no, I'm not home. I wasn't going to go to the movies, but then I was like, all right, I'm going to take this all to Coinstar. And then I grabbed like this huge jug. A couple of days later, my mom was like, what did you do to the coins? I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I needed it for the movies. She's like, movies? Bryan, that must have been like $200. And I was like, no, it was only like $30. And my mom was like, Bryan, there were collectible coins in there. There was like these collectible like 3-legged buffalo quarters or some shit in there. And I was like, oh, my bad. But yeah, that's how I got away with it. I mean, that's kind of how I got away with it.
Right. Yeah, but no, man, I just doing like some sketchy shit, like in the gas station, like begging people for money, bro.
Wow.
And, you know, and it's like going to Publix to steal shit and then return it. Preferably, like, we'll try to steal like the bod. You know, because they'll bring in like, you know, $5-6, you know, and it's easy to like slip in your pocket, and, you know, and then you go.
What's the bot? Like the axe?
Yeah, it's kind of like the spray.
Yeah, the axe spray.
Yeah. So it was easy to steal and easy to return, you know, and then
we would have like the vanilla extract.
The vanilla. Oh, yeah.
It's like small and easy to steal. Yeah.
And you know what's funny? I learned that from my boys in Davie, man.
Hey, shout out Davie, dog. Yeah, we'll be doing that.
When I started hanging out with motherfuckers from Davie, bro.
Wow, Davie's on the map.
Man.
Really?
Bro,
You're from Oakland?
Yeah.
So people that don't know, we're not talking about Oakland, California, but there's a street in Florida called Oakland. It's way rougher than Davie, but that's funny.
Yeah, man, those motherfuckers crazy, man. But yeah, man, yeah. So when I started doing that, like I realized, like, hey, that's kind of off, bro. Like this chill.
Yeah, I remember I used to steal the dick extension pills because they were like $60. Bro, I remember like had a stack of them, and I ran out, and like the alarm started going off. And my getaway driver got all scared. I'm thinking in my mind, like, why would you cause a scene? You know what I mean? Like, he peeled out. I was sitting there like, what the fuck? You know? No one bought them. I didn't even, I'm just an idiot. So now you're stealing, doing things that you never thought you would do.
Yeah.
This is mainly for Molly.
This is just for Molly.
Are you doing it like in the morning?
No, because
they say that's like one of the, like when I started doing coke in the morning, that's when I was like, fuck.
See, the thing,
I got a problem.
I wasn't doing it in the morning because I would still be up in the morning, bro.
Gotcha. So you'd be up all day.
All day, you know, and it's like, when I go to sleep, it'll be at like 3, and then I'll wake up in the middle of the night and then do that shit all again.
Are you looking for a gift that's unique and meaningful and will surprise the shit out of someone? With Songfinch, you can create a personalized song that's radio quality and packed with details about your life. So it's perfect for celebrating special occasions like anniversaries, birthdays, retirements, and Mother's Day, which is coming up quick. Simply share a few key details about your life, your relationships, or your favorite memories, then choose the style of music you want, from acoustic pop to country to rock to folk rock to R&B. Then select the specific artist you want, or if you're not sure, Songfinch has an artist recommendation engine that will match you with one of the over 2,000 professional musicians on their roster, and you'll receive your finished song within 4 to 7 days. Songfinch artists are the best in the business, with 30,000 plus 5-star reviews and appearances on hit shows like Songland and The Voice. So you know your song is in good hands, and you are definitely going to love it. The cost for a personalized song is $199, and let me tell you, it's worth every penny. But Songfinch has given us an exclusive code for $20 off your custom song. But hurry, and you have to use it before May 14th, which is Mother's Day. You can use code HELLHAS, that's HELLHAS, and get $20 off a custom song. Don't miss out on a chance to give someone, especially your mom, the gift of a custom song, and maybe even write a #1 hit in the process.
Yeah, I realized that was a problem. And I'm like, bro, I gotta stop. Don't touch Molly ever again. And I haven't. And then it progressed to cocaine. Yeah, because I still kept drinking, you know? Because I was like, bro, obviously the Molly's the problem. Let me stop.
I'm going to drink more.
Yeah, you know, go back to smoking a bit. When I was doing Molly, I wouldn't take it from the capsule. Like, I took it from the capsule the first few times, but then I would just like either parachute it, which is like, you know, put it in a tissue or whatever so it released quicker, or I'll just like crush it up very...
But you would buy it in capsules and then you open it in a napkin and parachute it.
Right. Yeah, or I just like crush it down. Like,
snort it?
Yeah, and snort it.
Okay.
Yeah, and for some people it was painful. I mean, for me, it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't. Before I snorted coke, I was snorting Molly.
So it was an easy transition.
Yeah, it was an easy transition. I didn't even know it, honestly. Someone was just like, here, try this. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, well, if Molly lasts 4 hours, now you're doing coke lasts like 14 minutes.
Yeah.
You know? 4 minutes, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's the thing, too. Like, I did it as I would drink, you know? So I would drink, take a bomb, drink, take a bomb, drink, take a bomb. So it started off very casual. And then I'll say a couple years into that habit, bro, it was like fucking lines and shit ton amount of liquor, bro. Like, I'll be in a bar when I think back now to the shit that I did, it made no sense. Like, I would go to a bar to drink and it just didn't make any sense. Like, why would I spend that much money? And then I come to realize, like, because I didn't want to feel alone. Like, I didn't want to be alone while I used. So I would just, you know, lining up in the bathroom, because the bars down here are like fucking, you know, coke retail spots. So it's like, you know, lining up in the bathroom, come back and take a drink. And I would do that, bro, like all night. Like, that would be my vibe, bro. I was at peace. Like, a lot
of people do that. I never got into drinking, so I never got into that. But a lot of people, they're doing coke to drink more, and that's kind of a speedball. You know, that's how people are speedballing it. Yeah, it's crazy because you really don't see the coke as a problem when you're drinking. It's kind of like balancing you out, you know?
Yeah, because, I mean, at this point in my life, man, I was a server, so I didn't think I had a problem. I mean, I knew I had an issue, like, okay, you drink too much, like, or you party too much, but it's like,
everyone does.
Yeah, everyone does. Exactly, right? I still have a job. I'm working full time. I'm making a lot of money. I'm keeping up with my bills. Like, I'm good, bro. I could afford to do this. I'm not begging anymore. It's cool, you know? I justified it as I'm not an addict. And the funny thing is, I worked with people in recovery while I was serving. Like, a lot of them, and it would tell me.
Really? Yeah, because so people don't realize South Florida has so much recovery. It's like we're everywhere, you know? Yeah. They would tell you you're an addict.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up, bro.
They'd be like, bro, you need to go to a meeting?
Yeah, they would be like, yo, because they would be like, yo, so-and-so, I think he's one of us.
Wow.
I'm like, Bro, nah,
Sounds
bro.
like a cult, right?
Yeah.
And they'd be telling you about shooting heroin and stuff like that? Or they'd be telling you crazy stories?
So when they tell me their stories, I'm like, okay, I know.
Okay, bro,
I know I don't have a problem.
They're from Jersey,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. One particular guy's from Boston. Yeah, Jersey, Philly.
He's talking about Jersey, Philly. I'm shooting heroin under a bridge.
Yeah, talking about shooting heroin in his neck and cracking his neck. I'm like, bro, I know I don't have a problem now. You're just taking it too far. Mm-hmm. It just went undetected, untreated for a very long time, man. Towards the last 2 or 3 years of my using, that's when it stopped becoming fun. It was fun in the beginning, but slowly, when I started doing the same shit over again, because I was in a relationship with my child's mother for a very long time, it was always me, you know, doing the same things over and over again. And when I started noticing that pattern, I'm like, okay, let me stop it. I would abstain for like a month, but I would do that periodically throughout the year and not last very long, because what would happen is I would say, man, I'm doing a good job. Everyone trusts me again. Mm-hmm. I think I figured it out now. I just got to fucking stop, you know, going so ham. Let me just taper off. Let me just see if I could just, you know, just drink a beer, bro. And then I'll drink a beer, get a buzz, and I'll be like, yeah, it's not enough. You know, let me hit my boys up, see what they're doing. You know, boom, that same
pattern.
Yeah, same pattern over and over again. And now I wanted to stop completely, but I couldn't. And it was like that for 3 years, bro. Wanted to stop, but I couldn't, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's always, that's addiction. Whether it's, you know, smoking weed or shooting heroin. You know, one of these speakers that like changed my life was this guy, Alan. I'll never forget. He said, you know, I used to be okay when I used to say, all right, I'm not going to pick up the kids today. I'm going to get high. And I used to be okay with that. But when I used to say, I'm not getting high today, I'm picking up the kids, and I would go and get high, that's when I started to realize, like, damn, bro, I got a fucking problem. Because, like, you're saying you're going to do something, you're using all your will and willpower, and you're still not able to do it. And now that's using against your will.
Yeah.
Now you're saying, I don't want to do this. So a lot of times when people see drug addicts and stuff like that, they're like, oh, fuck them or whatever. But, like, a lot of people don't realize that, like, deep down, I believe every addict is using against their will. And they're a prisoner in this cycle. And they just do, even someone who says, I don't want to get clean. Like, even those people, I believe deep down, they're only saying that because they've tried to get clean so many times on their own, and they just don't think that it's possible, or they don't think that being clean will even be enjoyable, because every time they've gotten clean, it was just so much misery and pain and so many social issues, because it like takes away everything from you. So you got to restart all over that. It's like someone being in a wheelchair and then them trying to walk hurts so bad that they just say, fucking, I'm just going to stay in this wheelchair. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like you're just going to stay crippled because you just don't think that walking's a possibility for you.
Not only did I want to stop, but I had reservations too, right? I had reservations because my friends, man, these are the same group of people I've been using with since I started using. Yeah. You know, same people. Now it's like, am I ever going to find this sense of friendship if I do get clean? Like, would they still... like
you're turning your back on them.
Exactly, man. I'm like, damn, I'm turning my back on them. Like, maybe I could hang out with them and be clean. And I've seen the friends that try to do that never last, bro. Always end up. So I'm like, bro, I had to make a decision to let's get this shit done. You know, because it was to the point, man, where I didn't even want to live anymore, you know? And at this point in the last 3 years, I have a daughter, you know, and I can't stop the cycle fucking going out and partying till like 10 a.m. in the morning, dude. Like, seeing the sun comes up grosses me out when I'm using. Now it's okay. It's like, you know,
nice.
know? But
when you've been up all night and the sun comes up, it's like this feeling of like, you're not with the rest of society. Yeah. Like, the rest of society is still sleeping and you're awake because you're outside of this society. Like, you don't belong in this world. It's like an underground world of motherfuckers that see the sun. For me, like, my skin would always feel different. When I'm awake for a whole day, like, my skin would just feel like so fucking... my whole body would just feel like worn, disgusting. Yeah, it's like a weird, disgusting feeling. I know exactly. You're just disgusted. Like, your body feels like paraphernalia. Yeah. You know, like, my body would feel like a fucking smoked out pipe or something, you know? I would see people up in the morning and be like, damn, they feel like clean. You know, when they wake up, they feel good. I'm over here like fucked up in the game.
But yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to get clean, man. I wanted it so bad. You know, I always like switched out a substance. There wasn't a point in my life where I would say I was like, well, there was points in my life where I would abstain, but I'll always have something to replace it. If I stopped drinking, I would be smoking, you know, or doing coke. If I stopped doing coke, then I would be drinking or smoking or just drinking. You know, so I'd always have something to, you know, change my, you know.
And it's like, bro, when I was telling someone today, this woman who has a daughter who's using, I told them, like, dude, you're not going to get your daughter to stop doing drugs by telling her to stop doing drugs. You got to give her something else. Like, you got to give her sports. You got to find out what she's interested in. And it's like a lot of times I would just try to stop using, but I never had something else. I would just stop using and I still had the same friends.
Yeah.
I would stop using and I still had the same living situation. And it's like, you know, it wasn't until the program, going to meetings, where it's like, now I had the program, I had new friends, I had new places to go, new places to hang out, new things to do. Now I could be doing step work and chairing meetings, and there was a goal, and there was like, you know, positive affirmation and community. I think addicts need something. I think people have something. Everyone has something.
Yeah.
Some people, it's their job, whatever. But if you're an addict and you try to get clean and all you have is your job, eventually you're going to use anyways. And if you get clean and all you have is your family, you're just staying clean for your family. If you're an addict, probably only going to last while you're going to use anyways. Like, you need some type of thing to keep you going. And like, to me, like, the program, you know, it's all figured out for you, you know?
Yeah, the program is beautiful, man. But I didn't, like, the first time being encountered, like my first encounter with the program, like it wasn't on my own will. Like, I was court appointed, you know.
So what arrest did you get that made you need to do that?
DUI.
A DUI?
And I still didn't think I had a problem. Yeah.
Bro, I know people who have 4 DUIs who don't think it's a problem.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's my boy. He has like 4 DUIs. Won't stop.
Bad luck.
Yeah, right. Yeah, man, I caught a DUI, and then I could almost remember like the last thing from that DUI, like before I went to jail. I could always like the memory that plays in my mind all the time when I think back to that day is me almost like running over a lady and her mom because I was in a plaza, bro, like a store plaza, and I just left this restaurant. Okay, so the night before was New Year's. The night before, it was a bad night. I got in a fight, or I got knocked out by my boy because I was being fucking belligerent as shit, you know, and wasted, right? Still hungover. Decided to go get something to eat with my best friend. We get wasted, and I decided to, you know, all right, let's go home. And I felt fine, man, you know, up until I got into the car. I don't know, bro. It was just like a blackout kind of. But the last thing I remember is like almost hitting this woman and her mom. They had to pull the cart back. I just couldn't stop, bro. And I just blacked out. Next thing you know, I woke up on the median. My friend's like, yo, I got to go. I'm on probation. Deuces, left. And now I'm trying to like reverse the car. Like it's a stick shift. I'm trying to like reverse it. It's not going anywhere. I'm like, shit, I'm fucked. They get on the scene. They're like, what happened? And I'm like, man, you know, the gear got stuck, man. You know, I'm like, wasted. They're like, have you been drinking? I'm like, I only had like a beer, bro, a beer or two. And they made me do like the
walking test?
Yeah, the walking test. I didn't do the breathalyzer, but I did the walking test like a dumbass. And then, yeah, DUI. But anyways.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to decline all tests.
Yeah, I was supposed to. Yeah, and my dumbass, I got a lawyer, like paid like $3,000 for the lawyer. He's like, yeah, man, we could try to get you off, man. Yeah, I'm very good at this. I'm like, all right, cool. He looks at the video because I did the walk at the drunk thing too. He's like, bro, God, you clearly fucked up. There's no way. He's like telling me the truth. You know, he's like, there's no way. You did the test. You know, if you like, if you didn't do it, you know, but
it's your word against theirs.
Yeah. After that whole thing was over, I think I was on probation for about a year after that. Yeah, man. So
that's when they sent you to go to meetings.
Yeah, they sent me to go to a 12-step program.
And what was your experience like in the beginning of going to meetings?
I didn't belong here.
Yeah.
These guys are weird, you know? Like, first of all right.
And just so you know, this is like the whole purpose of the podcast, because it's like, people don't realize, like, dude, if you go to a 9 a.m. meeting, you might not see any young people there, bro.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You go to a noon meeting, you ain't gonna see any young people there. You might see older alcoholics or old, it might be 5 people there.
Yeah.
But like there are meetings in South Florida, especially like the 10 o'clock, bro, you're gonna see 20-year-olds. And I'm not to say that the noon meetings aren't good, but it's like when you don't see no one that looks like you.
Yeah.
Or dresses like you, you start to be like, what am I gonna do here? Like this isn't for me, And then sometimes, you go to meetings and people are just talking about shooting heroin and stuff like that. Like when I first got clean, I felt really insecure because I never shot heroin. I thought like I didn't belong here.
Right.
And I smoked crack and like snorted oxys for years, But I was like, but I never did heroin,
right.
And I remember, kids talking about it and whatever. And I felt like maybe I'm not really bad enough, And I was so young. So a part of me was like, I guess I didn't care because I was young. I always feel like fit in with older people, but I did feel like maybe my using wasn't that bad. So I couldn't imagine somebody who only did powder cocaine. You know what I mean? So that's why like on the show, I like to have so many different people. It's very apparent that like it doesn't matter if you just drink, if you just smoke weed, if you just do coke, like whatever drugs you do, like if it's affecting your life, I always say like you don't have to be 500 pounds overweight to start going to the gym.
Right.
So you go to meetings and you're just like, I don't belong here.
Yeah, I definitely don't belong.
What were they like? They were boring?
Bro, it was just
Were they during the day or something?
These are like old white dudes. Old white dudes. And then the way they talked about drinking, I was like, bro, I definitely don't have a problem. This guy just fucking says he wakes up in the morning and drinks a handle. So I definitely don't have an issue. Like, all of them are talking about using to the extreme. I'm like, I have no problem. I'm just here because the judge wants me here. I wouldn't raise my hand. It was the other fellowship. So I was definitely turned off, was not embraced, none of that. Okay, cool. You guys don't acknowledge me. I don't want to be here. Just need to get my sheet signed and get the fuck out of here. And then after, like, I'll say a couple weeks of going, because I would, like, miss it. Like, I would miss, like, the meets. I'm like, fuck, I'm just going to sign this shit myself, man. And I just did it, like, the whole time, to sign my meeting sheet myself. And then I just, like, the intricacies to try to manipulate, bro. Like, I would write a different way. I'll have like my girl write.
So I was going to meetings, but I'd always forget to sign my paper.
Yeah.
So I would just sign them anyways for myself. I used like 7 different color inks or whatever, different handwriting.
Yeah.
But you know what? I always wanted to invent an app for the court system that you have to geolocate like where you are, and then you have to press like play for an hour, and then you got to turn it off for an hour. So that way it says like I was at this meeting, which is at this time, that's registered in the directory or whatever. So it shows that I really was at this meeting, because it's crazy, bro. It's 2023. People are signing pieces of paper.
Exactly.
There's no like accountability really for it, So I think if there was like an app where somebody could like, they'd have to physically be there with their phone and check in, that it would help for the court system.
No, definitely, man.
Just one of my ideas. If anyone wants to do that, hit my DM.
Well, yeah, man, I just was turned off about it. And then like at this particular group, there was this one fellowship next to another fellowship, like just 2 different doors. When I seen the other one, I was like, that's definitely for junkies. I definitely don't need that. And I would feel sorry for these people. I would feel sorry for them, bro. Damn, that sucks, man, to live like that, You
got to go to these meetings forever.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you even have fun? Like, what do you do? No one, it's not like our fellowship where it's like exciting. They were miserable, dude.
Yeah. And I just want to say that there are meetings of the other fellowship with a bunch of young people in different areas, In some areas, if you go to a meeting of like another fellowship, there might be a lot of older people. But like, in California, even down here, there's a lot of young people that go to the other fellowship. Primarily for me, I always felt more comfortable in like, the one that we go to. It was just like rowdier. It was like less strict. I've been to other fellowship meetings, and I remember I was texting in the meeting, and this guy told me to put my phone away. And I was like, that would never happen where we go. You know what I mean? I don't know if I would have been clean if I was living in a different area. Because, bro, my first meeting was the 10 o'clock, 100, off the chain 20-year-olds,
Yeah.
Okay, so what happened?
So, yeah, man, after that, when I got the DUI, that was one of the last few years of my using. And that's when it started to become a chore. Because at this point, when I was on probation, I realized I couldn't smoke anymore. And I couldn't drink. For some reason, my mind was like, yo, you can just do coke. You know, it's only gonna last like a couple of days.
48 hours.
Yeah, so just do coke. And then I would just do it throughout my whole probation. When I would do it, I would drink and I would smoke, and I'm on probation. Like for the first couple months, like I just did the coke, but then like that's when it really ramped up. Because before it would just like I would be a casual coke user, if that made any sense. I wasn't really buying it often if someone had it. Or, you know, if we wanted to in the weekend, we'll grab it, you know, or whatever like that. So, but at this point, I'm using it more than I normally would. When I seen that my PO wasn't really, you know, drug testing me, she never drug tested me.
Wow.
I'm like, okay.
Where'd they do that at?
Shit, I don't know, bro. But the whole thing is like, I thought I was getting drug tested. So every time I go meet my PO, I would freak the fuck out, dude. Because I'm like, bro, it's random. Like, so, you know,
today might be the day.
Yeah. And then everyone's like telling you, yeah, they always get you on the last month, bro. You know, and I'm like, oh, shit. The last month I've been getting fucked up because she hadn't tested me the whole time, you know, and she never tested me. And I was,
wow.
Yeah. I mean, by the grace of God, bro. Wow. And I was told, like, if it's not a drug offense, you're not going to get like a drug test or whatever like that. So.
Welcome to the Genesis House powered by the United Recovery Project. Located in sunny South Florida, we offer drug and alcohol addiction treatment as well as a major focus on dual diagnosis. Our addiction therapy programs include behavioral therapy, 12-step facilitation, psychotherapy, life skills training, and more. At our facility, you can expect a low client-to-staff ratio, daily group therapy, weekly one-on-one therapy sessions, and luxury amenities such as volleyball, basketball, pool, chiropractor, personal trainer, yoga, massage therapy, and more. Contact the United Recovery Project today and let's create a better tomorrow.
Yeah, man, it really picked up during that time. You know, it was so easy to get, like, because coke is not as expensive as people think. Like, you could, you know, it's so cheap to buy. So, you know, that's where it really picked up for me. And it was just, I don't know, man, fun. It was fun.
And then when did it stop being fun?
Yeah, so it stopped being fun when I couldn't stop. Because I like control. You know, I like control. I love control. That's one of my things right now. With my higher power, it's like
your character defects.
Yeah, my character defects, man. I like to. I don't like to let my higher power step in. I like to. Gotta put my hand in there a little bit. But
so, hang on. What led you to Nebraska?
Because I was trying to get away from Florida. Because Florida was a problem.
So you were like, let me go to Nebraska.
Yeah, I have.
What were you doing there? Oh, you got family there?
Yeah, I have family in Nebraska. It was always a plan for me. My parents, they always wanted to get me away from Florida, you know, and it was brought up like years ago, like, hey, you could always go move with your cousins to Nebraska. I'm like, fuck no, there was nothing to do up here. As a way to escape, you know, Florida, because I didn't know I was trying to escape myself, but when I was trying to escape Florida, I was like, bro, I gotta go to Nebraska. I gotta go.
You gotta be pretty desperate to want to go to Nebraska.
I think I went up there with like $1,000.
How long were you there for?
A year and some change.
Wow.
A year and 4 months, I would say.
How long did it take for you to start doing drugs over there?
Immediately.
Wow.
All right, so this is a crazy story, right?
He goes immediately.
Yeah, because what happened was when I flew up there with my cousin, and he doesn't know this, I'm sorry. But yeah, when I flew up there with my cousin, he's a normie. So he flew up there to escort me to Nebraska. We touched down in Nebraska. When we touched down in Nebraska, we drove to Kansas City because in the Midwest, Kansas City is like the lit, kind of like a, you know, whatever, Miami, whatever for the Midwest. We went to Kansas City downtown and we just went club hopping. And then we were just getting lit, bro. It was a movie. And I was like, bro, I'll never have to use, you know, coke ever again. you know?
Just party and drink.
Just party and drink. So I go to use the bathroom in this one particular club. And on the floor is a full bag of substance. I don't know what it was, because it tasted like Coke, but it didn't feel like Coke.
You just did a random bag you found on the floor?
I tasted it. I was like, yeah, okay. It tastes like, yeah.
What did it feel like?
It felt intense. It was fucking intense.
It was like meth?
I probably was, dude. The bag had skulls on it, though. So if anyone knows what
let us know.
Yeah.
Kansas City.
But it was intense, man. It was very intense. Like, I stayed up for like a couple of days.
Wow. Yeah, it was probably meth.
Yeah, and I was like, all right, I'm done. All right, for real. I just went. I'm like, I'm done.
That's for real. Though.
Yeah, you know.
For real this time.
And then.
How old are you at this time?
28, 29-ish, yeah.
And you stayed there for a year?
Yeah. I stayed there for a year.
And how'd it go over there?
So I wasn't using cocaine, but my drinking did increase dramatically and more than it was when I was down here. That's because up there's nothing to do but drink. You know, it's like, and I should have thought about that, you know, like I should have went somewhere where like I could have some activity, you know, but I wasn't thinking. I was just trying to get away, you know, and there was nothing to do, man, except work, drink. And at this time I would say about like 4 months in of living there, I got a spot. So I got a spot, my first spot ever, living on my own. I fly my child's mother and my daughter up. They're living with me. It's going good. You know, at this point, I'm still drinking. I'm drinking heavily now. And then what she's always been saying, like the whole time together, like 7 years, 8 years, like, yo, you gotta stop drinking. And I'm like, yeah, I'll stop. You know, like I'm gonna quit. And then like I would try to quit and then realize I can't. It reached a point where like I'm hiding it. You know, I'm hiding alcohol, bro. Hiding, you know, drugs, hiding, you know, cocaine from her is, you know, it's one thing.
You're hiding alcohol, you're an alcoholic.
Yeah, you know, I'm like hiding in like the most intricate spots ever, bro. Like I would hide it underneath the fucking lid in the toilet. I don't know what, the tank. The I would hide it in like clothes, like my winter jackets, like in the pockets, so like hide it in the sock, like dumbass place, you know. It became too much, man. I would like get so fucked up and forget where I hid the bottles, and then she would find them, and it'll be an argument, or I would wake up after not remembering the day before. She would be mad at me, and I'm like, "What's going on, babe? Why are you mad? What's going on?" You know? And she's just like, it just became painful, man. Like I physically couldn't stop. Like my eyes were like yellow. It was bad, and I couldn't quit. Like tell myself I'm not gonna go to the store. And let me explain, in Nebraska, everywhere sells liquor. The gas station, the grocery store, you could get a drive-through liquor through certain restaurants. Like it's everywhere, bro. I'm going to get gas, and then like they'll have these little shooters, and I'm like, all right, bro, don't get it. And I'll go to get gas, and then like automatically be like, yeah, let me get a pint of, you know, so and so. You know, it was hard to stop.
Did you go to meetings up there at all? Did you even think about going to meetings?
I did. Yeah. But that's the thing, I just thought about it. I didn't really, I wanted to be around people that reminded me of my friends or reminded me of me, or, you know, I didn't want to go there, but like, I didn't think I would fit in. So I just said, you know, whenever I come back down to Florida, I would go to a meeting. I would listen to your podcast, man. Honestly, I would listen to your podcast.
That's crazy.
Yeah. While I was working, I would listen to your podcast, and then like,
which ones like did you particularly remember?
A lot of them, man. There was the one with the guy that shot his face.
Shot himself in the head.
Yeah, shot himself in the head.
John Henry?
Yeah, John Henry.
Yeah, he's the man. Have you met him yet?
I have. Yeah.
He's the man, right?
Yeah, man. And then Andrew F. There was this one lady on there, man. She had a crazy story about being like
Ingrid.
The one that was being sex trafficked against her will.
There's Berta, and then there's Rachel. Is that her?
I think so, bro. I want to say
one of them.
One of those.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to see, because it's like when you're using, you just feel like there's no way you could get clean, and then when you start to hear other people's stories, you're just like, what am I doing with my life? You know, it's like I do jujitsu. Bro, there's a girl in my jujitsu class who's a purple belt, and bro, she's in a wheelchair. She gets dropped off by like a medical bus, and bro, to be a purple belt in jujitsu, it's like 7-8 years. And it's like, bro, there's a girl who can't walk who goes to jujitsu. And some days, like when I don't feel like going, it's like You know,
Damn.
like how much of a bitch am I? You know, so it's like a lot of times, bro, like you need that inspiration to like, because you'll just feel sorry for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what it was. It was fuel. Bro, when I touched down, bro, it's going to be a fucking change, bro. No one's going to even recognize me, man. Like, I'm hitting up my boy that I used to work with, like, you know, a couple years back. The one I told you I was in recovery. I'm like, yo, when I come down, bro, take me a couple meetings and shit. And at this point.
So you hit up the kid you used to work with?
Yeah.
Wow.
But the thing is, throughout the years, I always would periodically hit him up like that. And he'd be like, all right, come on, meet me here.
And you'd never go?
And I never go.
Wow.
And then at this point, when I said that, he's like, sure, all right. You know, and I came down. I'm like, all right, what's up? And he's just like, didn't respond to me. I'm like, all right, cool. So
you talk to him now?
Nah, I'll reach out to him, though. I don't know if he's still working the program, though. That's probably why he didn't.
Gotcha.
But yeah, man, no. When I came down, I had the fire going.
What changed? When you came down here, what was it that was like, I'm going to Florida to get clean?
It wasn't really like I'm going to Florida to get clean. It was more like I don't want to be. Yeah.
I'm done with Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm done with Nebraska.
And then when you went to, so what like was the pushing factor to go from listening to the podcast to like making the action to go to a meeting?
Honestly, I've always been thinking about it. You know, and that's the thing. I've just been thinking about it, never really acted on it. And then it's just kind of like those reservations, like I said before, like what I was. So remember, I said that one of my biggest reservations, my biggest fears is like I would lose the friendships that I had, and like you lose the camaraderie that I had. But when I went to Nebraska, bro, like all the friends, all the friends I thought I had didn't even barely hit me up. So that kind of prepared me. I guess that was in my higher powers plan to, you know, prepare me for that. Because they barely hit me up. I thought, you know, these were my day ones, bro, you know, and I'm like feeling abandoned, you know. And then I came down and said, I'm going to go to the program. Let me just see my boys first, you know. And then, yeah, bro. And then, because I had a whole job set up when I came back. It was a nice job, too, man. I had a job set up and everything. Came back and started kicking it with them. I would say by the end of the week, everything I had saved up was gone, bro. Devastated. I felt like a fucking loser, bro. It's like patterns. Like whenever I would go out, especially when I was serving, I would make like $200, $300 a shift, right? And then go out and blow all my money and be afraid to look in my pockets, you know, like be afraid to check my bank account because I know what happened, bro. And it's that impending doom. And I hated feeling like that, you know. I probably got another high in me, you know, another drunk in me, but I don't have another hangover, bro, at all. Because at that point, from that hangover, I was ready to kill myself, dude.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be thoroughly beaten. Like just so beaten into surrender.
Yeah, no, it's like I was actually contemplating suicide. And it was...
What was your reintroduction to recovery like? What were like the meetings like this time around?
So I went to the other fellowship. At this point, I was so desperate. I was given the gift of desperation. At this point, I didn't care if it was lame. I didn't care if it was boring. I was going to stay here and listen to the message, and maybe eventually it will grow on me. But at this point, I was so desperate. I did not care.
That's kind of what it takes.
Yeah. And I went, and it wasn't hitting. And I was like, all right, I guess this is my life now. I got to be...
this boring loser that goes to these meetings forever.
I gotta be sober and I gotta be, you know. And then that's when I hit you up, bro. You know, I was like, oh shit, let's see if you'll
respond.
Because I didn't think you were gonna respond, man.
That's funny.
And I was like, yo, what's the meetings you said that was popping again? That was like, you know, and you're like, go to anyone's popping. But you're like, the one I'm talking about is the PM. I'm like, all right, cool. So from that meeting, I drove to the PM. I got to the PM, immediately I walked into like this dark room, bro. I was like, this shit's off, man. There's something, there's something off about this. It's like this dog that barks at me, and then the guy goes, yeah, don't worry, that dog's racist. I'm like, all right, this is home. These guys are funny. They have like, you know, character.
Yeah, it's like quirky. It's like the people, I always say people who go to the 10 o'clock meeting are like the misfits of society, you know? And like, you know, when people hit me up like, oh, what's a good meeting? It's like, a lot of people think like I go to some special meetings. It's like, you don't want the meeting to really be your lifeline. You want to be the lifeline. So it's like going to the gym. It's like, bro, you're going to find a gym that you like, but get a workout in.
Yeah.
Don't matter if you got a workout in your garage, bro. Like, just keep going and go to different ones at different times, and you'll find one that you like. And guess what? If you don't like it, I'm sorry, bro, keep going. You know what I mean? So it's like, you ain't going to like every meeting. Not every meeting is going to be like this fucking monumental, amazing. Like, bro, when I go to the gym, I have horrible workouts sometimes. I have workouts that like I don't even feel like I even did anything, but I'm constantly going. And those little increments over time is what, like, you know, gears you up for success, bro. A lot of times people are going to meetings with this crazy, unrealistic expectation of like being moved every time, like you're gonna watch the Titanic for the first time or something. You know, it's like, bro, it's just the meeting, bro. Just go in, and if you get one sentence that you like, bro, you got what you needed. One little word that made you feel a little more positive. And I always tell people, like, bro, if you hated everything about the meeting, at least you got the habit of going in. So.
Yeah, and that's what it was. It's just like, when I got a hug, I still remember my first hug, man. When I got that hug, it was weird, but at the same time, like, it was...
You needed it.
Yeah, you know, it was reassuring. I just kept coming back, man. I remember now, like, and I'm not shy or anything, right? But I just remember being shy, man. You know, like, scared to death to raise my hand on a burning desire. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, I talk and my voice be trembling like, I need your help. And I was like, oh, you love you. I'm like, all right. And I would do that for like, you know, a month straight, you know, but I would hit different meetings so I wouldn't, because my disease tells me, bro, shut the fuck up, bro. They don't want to hear you bitching all the time, you know? So I would like go to different meetings and share a burning desire.
Spread it out a little bit. Okay, thank you. That's cool. Man. So what's your life like now?
My life now is, I'm not going to say it's like everyone else's that's on the show with like the Maybachs and the mats and shit. It's nice, man.
It's not Nebraska.
Yeah, it's not Nebraska, you know? I actually just finished scooping ice cream scooper job.
Okay.
You know?
That's fire. I tell everyone to do that.
Yeah.
So wait, you have a job at an ice cream place?
I had a job at an ice cream
place. You
place.
had one?
Yeah.
You just finished it, you said?
Yeah, well, I had to leave because the flood.
So fire.
The flood that happened. So I just found another low stress job.
Who told you to do that?
You.
Wow, that's fire. I was like, damn, that's really good. I tell everybody that. I tell people, scoop ice cream, serve pizza, because it's like, man, when people get too much on their... You want to spend so much time on your recovery. You want to be doing steps. And like, dude, I hit you up. And when you told me how far along you were on your steps, I was impressed, bro. Because 9 times out of 10, when I hit someone up who's like 8 months clean, a year clean, I'm like, how you doing on your steps? It's always the same thing. Oh, you know, I should be working them. You know, well, I'm on 1 again. I'm on 2 again. You know, when you told me that, you know, you were like as far along as you are, I was like, damn, bro. And then, like, you know, you were telling me about your sponsor and, like, service, and you're asking me about, you know, you're doing this thing for PM Recovery. And I was like, wow, this is super. Like, I don't try to judge people, but it's like, bro, when you really get after it, it's such a difference, bro. And when you focus on work, it's not going to happen, bro. The man who chases 2 rabbits gets none.
One of my first jobs in recovery was, like, the phone room. And
horrible choice. That's like the instant relapse. Nah, but it's like, you know, it's like, bro, you're trying to jog a mile and you never jogged a mile before and you wanted to put cement shoes on, you know? So it's like, you want to be light. If you lose that ice cream job, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, you want to be light on your feet and you want to be able to adapt and move and you want to like get your little paycheck and not have too much money, not let your ego get it.
I made the most money I've made ever in any place I've ever worked. I just didn't feel morally right. You know, there was something about that job, something about the people that I was working with.
Gray area, typical Florida call center shit.
I just didn't feel right, bro. Even though the money was good, even though the money was great, I didn't feel good at all, bro. Like, it was so stressful, bro. You know, I just couldn't really move. And I kept myself in that situation for a long time because of ego, because I want to have, you know, the nice car. I want to have the, you know, Yeezys. I want to have the, you know, all that shit. So I'm going to have to see it through in a position I don't want to be in just so I could put on for people that don't really give a shit about me or I don't really care about. And then when I started talking to people that, actually have like that actually works the program, I'm telling them like what I'm going through, they're like, bro, just leave. And I'm like, yeah, I want to. Yeah, I am. Yeah, I am. And then like God would take you out of situations you can't take yourself out of. One of the office ended up dissolving. And then after that whole call room center stuff just left a bad taste in my mouth. Now I'm just like, okay, what am I going to do now? And I'm like, oh, I heard, your first few years, just keep it simple, scoop ice cream. So I talked to my homegirl. I'm like, yo, y'all still hiring like for ice cream scoop? She's like, yeah, come through.
Nice.
And then I just, in my disease in the back of my head, it's like, bro, you're better than this. Why the fuck are you scooping ice cream with a bunch of 16-year-olds and shit? I'm just like, okay. Like, it's not as stressful as being in that call room. Like, I'm good.
Bro, I remember when I was working at the mall and I was folding clothes, and like, dude, I was so happy to even be at this mall job, And I remember cleaning like the toilets, because like I worked like the back stock, and they'd always make me clean the toilets. And I remember like my friends had call center jobs, and they were making $1,500 a week, $2,000 a week, $1,100 a week. They'd all be like, oh, come over here. Even though I was probably 18, I already had a year clean. I remember just being like, bro, if I was making that much money, I wouldn't even know how to act. My ass needs to be cleaning the toilets. You know what I mean? Like even at a year clean, like, bro, I was so egotistical as a child, bro. Like at 6th grade, 7th grade, I was selling coke. Like I thought I was the man. Like I lived my whole childhood thinking I was the man. And I ended up a fucking loser $5 crackhead, that lost everything. That was the laughing stock of like Davey, And it's like I had learned to be like, I'm going to take the more difficult route. I'm going to humble myself and keep doing what I'm doing because it's working right now. A lot of those guys that made that money, guess what, bro? I've seen them come back, lose everything over and over. And I'm not saying that money's wrong or money's bad, but for me, I know what goes to my head. And I knew that if I was making that type of money, I probably would do some dumb shit. I probably would get an ego. And at the same time, like, I just didn't want to rush it. I was still in school. I was like, dude, I don't need to be working all these hours, you know? And I love going to meetings, bro. I love helping people, and I love doing service more than making that money,
Yeah, and that's the thing, man. Because what I wanted when I first came in through the doors slowly started to shift. Like, yeah, I wanted to, be clean. I heard about step work. I didn't know what it was particularly what it was, but I was just like, I just want to be clean, man. I just want to stop fucking up. But I also want like materialistic shit too, like I wanted that. But then when I started like working the program, working the steps, like I realized slowly but surely like the things that I wanted started to change. Like now I just want serenity, bro. Like I just want peace. I just want to be content with myself. Like what is it in me that wants those things? Like why can't I just be happy with what I already have? I'm in the era of my recovery where I'm in my gratitude right now. I'm so thankful. I'm just understanding my higher power. I'm just now getting contact with my higher power. Like actually like sitting back and letting my higher power take the wheel now. I'm in the passenger seat now. I might reach over every once in a while, grab the wheel. Drive, yeah, but it's just like, I'm so thankful, and if it wasn't for like people in the program with mad recovery time that took me under their wing, like that, that actually like give me game and, actually set me on the right path and help me figure things out, bro. I don't know where I would have been at. I mean, I'm pretty sure I would have been in, still here, but it's just like, I wouldn't have probably had this peace that I have because it's like, it is what it is, bro. Once you realize in that, like the first step says, when you're powerless, bro, that could answer a lot of your problems you have in your life.
Surrender.
Surrender, bro. And maybe I do that too much, cause
I think when I first got clean, I got a little too passive.
Yeah.
And, like the pendulum needs to swing. So it's like, I always tell people like, it's okay, bro. Like if you've never been passive before, it's okay. Be a little too passive and then find your way in the middle, And it takes years, bro. It's like sometimes I still struggle with being aggressive because like, I don't know. It's like I've had so much work out by letting shit go that now it's like, do I stand up for myself? Do I say something? Now I'm like, I don't want to say something. Now it's like, am I avoiding confrontation?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's my biggest thing, is that sometimes I think I'm being spiritual, and it's actually more spiritual to stand up for myself.
Yeah.
It's actually more spiritual to say something. That's where I'm at. You might not be there. You might need to keep surrendering there. But hey, I want to thank you for being on the show, bro. It was so dope to have you on here. It's definitely full circle. And bro, I'm so proud of you, and I'll see you in the Keys.
Awesome. Yeah, man. See you in the Keys too, bro. Thank you for having me on.
Thanks, Mark.
This show is not affiliated with any specific 12-step program. If you or a loved one is struggling with an addiction, please find a local 12-step meeting. If you believe you may need detox or drug treatment of any kind, please call 888-699-9395 to speak to a specialist. This show is sponsored by United Recovery Project, a state-of-the-art drug and alcohol rehab facility. You can visit our website at unitedrecoveryproject.com.